The movie opens with two masked men, Vincent and Sean, who are actually police officers. They are following a car belonging to Stanley. Vincent and Sean take Stanley's henchmen at gunpoint and force them to open the trunk of the car, which contains 25 kilograms cocaine. Meanwhile, Stanley's other henchmen arrive at the scene and start shooting at Vincent and Sean. During the fight, Stanley's henchman removes Vincent's mask. Hearing the police siren, Stanley's henchmen abandon the scene. Vincent and Sean also flee the scene with the cocaine. The next day, Vincent and Sean go to the police station and take over that cocaine robbery case themselves so that they can escape from it. Later, they arrive at the crime scene where internal affairs investigators Jennifer Bryant and her superior Doug Dennison are also present. Jennifer meets Vincent and becomes suspicious of him. Later, Vincent meets his ex-wife, Dina, who tells him that she is going to marry with John. They also have a 16-year-old son named Anderson. Vincent was taking Anderson to his baseball match. On the way, Stanley's henchmen attacked them and stabbed Vincent. They then kidnapped Anderson. Stanley calls Vincent and says, "My cocaine that you stole, bring it back to me within 3 hours. I have to deliver that cocaine to the mobster Rob Novak. If you don't return cocaine to me within 3 hours, I will hand over your son to Novak." Vincent meets Sean and says to him, "Why didn't you tell me that it is Stanley's cocaine? He has kidnapped my son." Vincent says to Sean that cocaine that we stole, "Return to me right now. I have to get my son released from Stanley." Vincent heads towards Stanley's nightclub, carrying Stanley's cocaine. Jennifer is also following his car. Vincent arrives at Stanley's nightclub and goes to the bathroom, where he hides several packets of cocaine and his gun in the ceiling. After Vincent left the bathroom, Jennifer immediately went in and took his gun and cocaine packets. Vincent meets Stanley and returns his cocaine, telling him the rest is safe. He says, "If you promise to release my son, I'll bring you the rest of the cocaine in 10 minutes. Stanley agrees. Jennifer called Doug and told him that Vincent is a corrupt police officer and she caught him red-handed. She told him to come to Stanley's nightclub as soon as possible. Vincent spots Jennifer in the nightclub and rushes to the bathroom, only to find his gun and cocaine missing. He knows Jennifer is responsible. Novak also arrives at Stanley's nightclub and meets Stanley, asking him for cocaine. Stanley tells him that his man will be here with the cocaine in a few minutes. Novak says to Stanley, "I need that 25 kilograms of cocaine in any condition. My father wants to open a business in France, and that 25 kilograms of cocaine has to be delivered to the French dealer at any cost." Vincent makes packets of sugar and puts them in a bag and gives them to Stanley, also telling them that internal affairs investigators are roaming around in the nightclub. Therefore, Novak leaves from there without checking the cocaine. On the way, when Novak checks the cocaine, it turns out to be sugar. After getting the cocaine, Stanley releases Vincent's son, and they both start to leave Stanley's nightclub. Jennifer hides the cocaine in the nightclub locker. Later, Doug also reaches there, and they both start looking for Vincent together. Novak comes back to Stanley and tells him that "You have cheated with me. That wasn't cocaine. It was sugar." Stanley says that Vincent's son is in my custody. "Give me some time. I will bring you your cocaine from Vincent." Stanley calls his guard Josh and asks him where Vincent's son is. Josh tells him that he has released him. Stanley tells him to quickly capture them both. Josh finds Vincent and a very intense fight ensues between them. Josh catches Anderson and Vincent manages to escape from him. Vincent confronts Jennifer and they both beat each other severely, but Vincent overpowers Jennifer and ties her to the bed with handcuffs. Vincent asks Jennifer where is the cocaine, but she didn't tell him anything. Then, Vincent tells her that his son is in Stanley's custody. If he doesn't give the cocaine to Stanley, Stanley will kill his son. Vincent also tells her that, "I am not a corrupt police officer. I am also an internal affairs investigator and have been undercover for 2 years. Only then Jennifer give him the locker number. Vincent opens the locker, but the cocaine is not in the locker. Then he confronts Doug, beats him severely, and knocks him unconscious. In the elevator, Novak says to Doug, "You are setting me up," but he replies, "If you are trapped, then I will be trapped too." Novak then says to him, "If I get trapped, I will not leave you alive." Vincent calls Sean and tells him to quickly bring my uniform to Stanley's nightclub parking lot. Sean arrives at Stanley's nightclub parking lot with Vincent's police uniform. Sean points a gun at Vincent and tells him that you are from internal affairs and that you have been spying on me for years. During this, Novak's thug arrives there and they both shoot each other. Vincent picks up Sean's phone and listens to his voicemail. In the voicemail, Doug tells Sean that Vincent works for Internal Affairs and could be trouble for them, instructing him to kill Vincent. Stanley's office door is open, so Anderson flees from there. Then he calls Vincent and tells him that he is at the nightclub. Dina calls Vincent and asks where Anderson is. Anderson's coach said Anderson didn't even come to play the match. Vincent tells her that Anderson went to a nightclub to meet his girlfriend and he's going to pick him up from there. Dina feels something isn't right, so she also heads to the nightclub. Vincent locates Anderson. Meanwhile, Josh attacks Vincent, so Vincent kills him. At the same time, the police arrive there. Jennifer arrests Stanley. Vincent gets into a car with Anderson and attempt to escape. Novak and his thugs pursue Vincent. Vincent gets out of the car and tells Anderson, "You drive and don't stop." Then Vincent fights with Novak's thugs. Novak shoots car with a gas gun, causing car to crash. Anderson quickly gets out of the car and gets into another one. Just as one of Novak's thugs is about to kill Vincent, Anderson runs the thug over with car. One of Novak's thugs takes Vincent and Anderson at gunpoint. Just then, Dina arrives and shoots the thug in the head. Then, Novak starts shooting at them. Vincent comes out to save his family, and Novak shoots him in the stomach. Vincent picks up a gun from the ground and shoots Novak, who dies right there. When Anderson and Dina were taking Vincent to the hospital, Vincent calls Jennifer and makes her listen to Doug's voicemail that he had sent to Sean. Jennifer takes out her gun and tries to arrest Doug, but Doug snatches the gun from her and shoots her in the stomach. Doug shoots Stanley. Then he also shoots the police officer who was driving, and the car crashes. Doug tells the other police officers that Stanley attacked us and killed Jennifer and the police officer. That's why I shot him dead. Meanwhile, Jennifer gets out of the car and says to the police officers, "Arrest him." Vincent and Jennifer are both in the same hospital. Jennifer meets Vincent and Vincent says to her, "I am not corrupt." DEA corrupt agents are standing over Novak's dead body, and they tells Novak's father that there is very bad news and the movie ends here.